Market got a little tummy ache.
Tummy ache. Veve Bros. Welcome back to Veve Bros. I'm Grandison Crawford.
I'm Tony. Get that on me.
Tony always getting the on me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel to support Veve Bros. And in this video, we're going to just have a little conversation about the market, the moves, what's happening. So Tony, get the on me. Where are you at? How do you feel?
Right now, I'm just like looking at certain items, writing down my list. I think it's good during this time to write down some things that you really would like to see in your collection.
Right. That's actually to play off that, like, that's a really good kind of tip just for people who are in Veve. Make a list of what you want to collect, and then even go into greater detail, put where you want to enter. And what I mean by that is, what price point are you willing to pay for that? And if it doesn't hit that point, then hey, you just invest in a different collectible at that point. You know what I mean? Because that way you don't get into the habit of buying things super high because, oh, you FOMO in. You're like, no, I think that this is going to go down to this price, or I only want to buy it if it's at this price. And then I say, you know, Tony, get the Omi, we have a different kind of approach to it. But in my opinion, what I've noticed, and I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this, Tony. If you have something that you like and you have a price point that you want to get it at, and there's a bunch of them that start listing at that price, not financial advice, but get a few of them, right? Because that way you get to keep some and you get to freaking flip some, because that way, you know, you'll be able to keep your gems up while also having the things you like. And if you're really passionate about it and really like it, then probably if you get one and it goes up, then if you get two, both will go up, since the market floor is on both of those things. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Tony?
When it comes to buying multiples, I think it's good to do it if you can afford it. You know,
absolutely.
What I'm saying?
Live in your means.
Right. Because like the thing is too, like if you get a collectible, because I mean, I know a lot of people too that's like in the app that has been waiting a long time to jump on a collectible, you know what I mean? And this is the first time, you know, ever that a lot of people are able to buy stuff that they weren't able to buy before.
Oh my gosh.
If you're capable of buying it now, you know, you buy what you can buy, you buy what you can afford. Because my thing is too, there's going to be so many new things that are coming on the app. Right. Like my whole thing is, I would hate to be kind of like stuck holding, you know, extra collectibles and not being able to afford new stuff, because that was what was happening to me. I wasn't sitting on a lot of gems because all my gems were invested in a lot of the collectibles, and the collectibles were fluctuating, you know, in the market, you know, some are low. So I'm like, damn, I can't sell it right now or whatever, because like, damn, this shit is too low. I don't want to take this type of L. So I'm kind of stuck holding it, and I got to put fresh fiat so I can participate in a lot of these drops. Right. And now I'm just like, you know what? I was able to like sell out at least a decent time where I wasn't taking too much of an L for a lot of my high price stuff, but it put me in a position where now I'm holding a good amount of gems so I can participate in some drops. And every drop, I feel like it's important to participate, and depending on, you know, this is my approach. You know, I feel like for me, I like to participate in all the drops because there is people out there that they like these collectibles. Everyone likes a collectible. So if I can participate in a drop and grab it and hold it for you, you know, because that's all I'm doing. I'm just holding it for you. I don't really want it.
Right.
You know, I'm just taking it from someone who ain't really gonna hold it right for you.
Right.
And you come with a nice price, I'm gonna just give it to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just give it to you.
It's a layaway.
Right. And then there's certain drops that I'm like, yo, I really want a Star Wars comic book.
And to kind of go along with that, as important as it is to have points of entry into a collectible, like when you want to buy it, it's very important to also have an exit. So for example, if you just buy a bunch of collectibles and you never list any of them, then you sneeze. No, I'm joking. What happens is now you are basically just holding on to stuff and then watching it either rise or fall, but you don't get anything out of it if you don't list anything, right? You will never, like, even if something's like the floor on something, right? The lowest you can buy something is $1 million. If you never list it for $1 million, no one will ever be able to buy it. So for my strategy, if I have multiple things, right, and I think that something is going to go up, short term or long term, then I make sure that I list it at the price that I want to get for it. Also talk a little bit about like going for every drop. I definitely like, in terms of going for every drop, my feeling is I always want to go on for every drop. But some of the time you also have to weigh out the gambling element of it, right? Yeah. Like all of them are a gamble. And if you don't go for the drop, especially if it's a blind box, meaning you don't know what collectible you're going to get, you just go for it. With the comic books, it's only $7. So it's really not, I don't know your financial circumstance, not financial advice, but $7 to me, it's always worth the risk.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't went for every drop. It does take a little homework. I think it's good to do a little research on these drops as well. Right, like, you know what I mean? Right. Like we knew, like I think we all kind of, well, I can't say we all kind of knew, but the battle statue that dropped recently with Superman and Flash, like that was a DC drop. And we have a lot of DC stuff on the app, right? So like I knew going into it, even though it was the first appearance of Flash, like a lot of people aren't that excited about this drop because we have, you know, a lot of DC stuff.
We got a lot of Superman.
Right. And then, I mean, the price of it, the price was $120. So it was just like,
at the time of this recording. Actually, no, when it dropped, it
was $120. And like, we're already in the bear market. We already got the DC stuff, and this is priced at $120. So that's enough right there for me to know that, like, all right, this is probably not the best drop to go for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now the drop prior to that was, and I don't know if it was exactly prior to it, Patrick Hughes. Right. You know, and that was priced, I think, what, $200?
It was priced at $200.
And most people, like, that's a high price. That's higher than a statue, right? Right. But the thing is, this guy is really notable in the art game. This boy, like, 300 years old, bro. He's been creating art.
Yeah, he's BC with it.
You know, you do a little research, you find out that he has physical stuff that's out there for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
You know, so like knowing that, like, okay, we getting someone like this on the app. This is a fresh artist on the app. You know, his physical work is going for this amount of money. Okay, this might be a drop I should go for. You know what I mean?
Right. And I mean, you know, like I know that I say, you know, make sure you set your exit point. Sometimes I fail that. I think that whatever's happening as it pumps, that collectible is going to go up way more than it is. So I'm like, oh, you know, it's already hitting almost 300. It's going to go to 5, right? And I'm sometimes wrong. So you really got to like also be realistic about where the market is. Have your extra exit points so that way you're not going into it just haphazardly gambling and hoping, because that's when you leave it with a bad taste in your mouth. Because like Veve messed me up. It's like, no, you failed to plan, and you know what that means. You plan to fail. Okay. That being said, I'm Grandison Crawford.
I didn't know what it meant. I was like, I don't know. Tell me what it means, bro.
I saw you didn't, so I was like, I'm gonna say it because he don't know, so they don't know. I don't know.
And I'm Tony Get the Omi.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, support Veve Bros. We've been Veve Bros, and we'll see you when we're looking at you. Peace.
I said $200.
I said nothing. Nah, it's more than that though.
You think so?
100%, because like the McQueen is 50, Edna's 55,
okay.
Mike is 40.
Yeah, Mike is like
the Up House is like 50, and then Woody is 100. So
like 300. Like 300.
But 300 ain't shit for a set.
Well, 300.